Well, hello again. It's been a long time, and we'd like to introduce you to some new possibilities in RAYID. At first, let me just say the last 4 months for me have been really more in harmony with the cycles and seasons approach, where I spend a lot of time just within my own space and feeling. And that's basically been very beneficial for me. And I've come up with some really beautiful breakthroughs, some of them not so easy. But I'd like to share with you what you might gain from it if you want. We have several programs that are coming out over the next few months, all of which you can start now in some way if you want. So I'll give you a little bit of an overview to it. Part of my experience that I had with COVID was in the middle of COVID. I didn't tell you before that I had a bit of a download, and that download was about what I needed to do for myself and what was also really important for the world as a whole, if you would consider it. And that's a new program that we're encouraging you to uh, either get involved with or do it in your own way. Doesn't matter. It's about opening your heart and sending more joyous celebration toward friends. And by that, I mean, really starting with people that you've known in your life for 20 or 30 years or more that have been very personal, instrumental in your development, and then gradually increasing your appreciation of them. Then moving on to people who may be not as consistent as that first group, but you want to develop a friendship and how to develop an intentional desire to want to give and receive with that person for the intentional purpose of elevating life, happiness, health, well-being, consciousness, whatever you do. So that program will be defined as gifting friends. That gifting is very personal. So in some ways, I'm gifting my friends with the most emotional experiences I've had in my life, and I'm doing my best to keep it as clean as humanly possible. No demand, no expectation, no neediness, no projection, just the vitality of giving. In our terminology, that would be coming from the heart with a four-boy fraternal experience, and that's gifting. There's also the intentional ability to be able to exchange. So I'm exchanging with a group of about 20 people currently, most of whom I've known for 20 or more years, some of them up to 40 years. And we have agreed to do something of a figure eight, vertically and horizontally, where we are exchanging the giving process. They know I'm giving, I know they're giving, and that giving is done in your own way, in your own pace or rhythm. But for me, that includes sitting down and feeling one person at a time for about two breaths, 10 to 15 seconds. And I'm doing a figure eight, either vertically or a figure eight horizontally, but I feel that one person and then move on to the next. There's a significant group in Australia. There's also another group in Brazil, and there are scatterings of other people throughout the world. But these are long-term friends to me that we're going to develop a cohesiveness. And the goal is to engage other people like you to be able to learn how to connect to that battery of energy that we're connecting to so that you can receive the benefits of that 30 to 40 year gathering of friendship, and you can utilize it in your own way. Gifting. A lot more to be said about it, but that's one of the programs that's coming your way. The other one that is happening already in many places, it's basically cycles and seasons. That is, in this diagram, if you will, it's taking 1 month at a time to pass through each part of the seasons of the year. That one individual month and another month and another month, 3 months, obviously, in a season, and contacting each individual month that corresponds to the mother's family from the autumn to the spring, and then the father's family from spring into the autumn. So the goal is to learn the feelings and skill sets of each one of these individual positions. You will be amazed at how much is available if you spend 1 month on one grandmother. What can come out of that, and then link it to, this is the mother's side, during that autumn season coming up for the Southern Hemisphere, so starting in March, you can do a 3-year program. Now, the reason for 3 is that the first year is what we call a 1, obviously, but that's a lot of personal development during that time period as you increase the capacity to feel. Then that goes into more of a socialization phase in the second year and goes into an embodiment or a sharing in the third year. So I've been through now with a group of people only 4 months, and I'm amazed at what's actually available in the process. So that's the second program. The third program that we're engaging to develop in the moment, which will be out in a month or two, is going to be the Global Gratitude Program Revisited. For those of you who've done Global Gratitude before, you know what that is. For those of you who haven't done Global Gratitude, it's essentially taking a moment, reading some words that correspond to each one of the ancestors in your family tree. This is going to be distinctly each one. For example, this first blue dot I'm pointing to happens to be mother's mother. So we're going to go through a 3-month program going to each one of these over 3 months. And it's essentially a sense of gratitude and appreciation and acknowledgement, compassion, whatever you feel or we can help you with to increase your appreciation, and in some cases, the cleansing or support of the ancestral patterns that you have received from them. And in some cases, helping them move along. That one's called Global Gratitude, and it will follow a specific sequence. You'll have a little booklet. You'll be guided through it one at a time. The difference is in this Global Gratitude, it will include women and men, and it will follow the same sequence as the months of the year. It's also, by the way, the same sequence as the hours of the day. So that flowing sequence, which looks like a lot over here, it has an ascending nature and a descending nature, and we'll go through cycles and seasons and the grandparents. For those who want to, we can do a lot of things with this together. Or you can pick out one of these programs that you like the most. I mean, one of my heartfelt feelings is right now I'm really feeling the gifting part. I'm enjoying staying here and yet giving my friends attention and feelings. Some of them I'm speaking to now for the first time in several years. Others, we've had more contact, but now we're really accelerating the feeling of that with intentional desire to make it grow. And I'm really noticing the difference. I urge you to send your friends a little celebratory thank you. Thank you for all the lessons and the challenges we've been through. And let's see if we can build something which is more precious and has a harmony with the seasons and the hours. Okay. we're always busy here at RAYID. You know, things change. It may look like at times that the RAYID Facebook is pretty quiet, and it is. We've been quiet, but we're coming back, and we're going to introduce these new programs. You may choose to acknowledge a sign up that you would like. You might say, I really want to be part of the gifting program. And then we'll begin to, over a period of time, we get your email, we'll send you specifically some information about the gifting program and how it works. If you want to be involved in cycles and seasons, which I really encourage you to do, the gradual development of the appreciation of each part of your family tree, what's called the virtues of the human soul. You basically open these up in harmony with cycles and seasons. It's a beautiful program. Then the global gratitude, a little shorter, 3-month program, going to all your ancestral patterns. Yes, it works. It's useful. We're going to produce it in multiple languages as well. So let us know if you know you want to be in one of these 3 programs. Well, if you wait a month or so, we might have another one, because there's always going to be something new coming along, but we'll share with whatever we have, we share it with you. So for those of you who've hung out and you've had the patience to wait for us to come to you, thank you. If you would like more, just let us know or ask questions, whatever you want. Thank you for being part of my life, and you've enriched me in ways that you would not even imagine, but I appreciate all of you, known or unknown to me. See you soon. Bye for now.